I'm not a person who stays in one place for long, whether it's physical, mental, labor-wise, interest-wise, even when it comes to relationships of all sorts. The one word that characterizes my life is forward. And this video is about the workings of taking a step backwards, going back to old habits, being happy where I am as someone who finds a purpose solely in progress. This week I'll be moving back from my temporary accommodation in a big city with my boyfriend to living in a small one-room apartment in the tiny town I study in. I'm not excited. I'm currently just trying to use up whatever I have, so I don't have to carry a lot of things home and I don't have to produce a lot of waste. I'm making the last pizza that I have. My current life consists out of job interviews, cleaning, sorting out, working and searching for an apartment. If you really thought I will just move back and continue my life after tasting the sweet life of overpriced iced coffees, vegan takeout food and walking through this beautiful city center, you, my friend, are wrong. I technically got a job now, but somehow I'm still in interview processes because I kind of also want to keep my options open, and there's some other interesting stuff I want to still see about. I don't know. I just feel like my schedule is so full. And this week I'm also moving, and let me just show you. This is how my current schedule looks like. The green stuff is like interviews, job interviews and whatever I have to do for it. Then all this red stuff is gonna be related to getting my shit together and pack everything and move. Then I have some other working stuff to do. I have my YouTube stuff here. Here I scheduled a workout. Why ever? I'm not gonna do it. I know that already. And I was kind of feeling happy about just having a job now, but I actually got a call from someone else who's interested in me, and that's something that never happened. But yeah, so that's the plan, and I just worked all the way through today. And I feel like there's so much to do. I have dishes to do, I have to shower. I technically want to get my significant other from the train station. Also, I don't have enough time to listen to enough true crime podcasts. I somehow got into it and I thought I wouldn't like it because I'm someone who gets super scared all the time. I cannot watch anything that's scary. But when it's about listening to something scary, that's even true, I'm kind of like, you know what? That's interesting. In fact, I decided to just jump in the deep and unsafe waters of moving back to this city without a plan. And as you can see, I made this decision without even having a job there. But before I can actually fulfill my dream of being an accomplished and put-together wannabe wellness influencer in my own apartment, and preferably with a dog, I have to move back to my old life, at least for a while. I just came back from bringing my equipment to work, and technically today is my last working day. Got myself a coffee for being an amazing worker and helping the company strive. And now I'm gonna go home and work again. Old white men in nice cars. Gonna enjoy my last overpriced coffee of the month. And I'm also gonna sign my termination for my apartment. I don't wanna stand next to the old white man in his car. I'm gonna miss this. Sometimes I'm sad that I'm the stereotypical white girl, but I mean, in the end, what are you supposed to do? If that's your true nature, you have to live it. There's no way around it. You cannot deny the way I feel. I'm just saying goodbye to my old place, which I might miss a little bit, but in the end I'm also happy to go somewhere else and do something else, have new challenges, be more of an adult, I guess. And my calendar says to call everyone, so I guess that's what I'll be doing, and I guess I'm gonna check out who everyone is. You see, the thing is, I'm somewhat double-minded when it comes to my current life. I really enjoy having a routine and safety, but I get an itch when stuff isn't moving forward. I need change, and over the last years I learned to embrace it when it comes. That doesn't make change anything easier at all, but I always get reminded of what good can come through it. While I liked studying in my own small apartment in a quiet town, I knew that the space was only a temporary solution to a bigger, more long-term problem. Where do I want to go, and furthermore, what do I want to do? So I decided that going basically anywhere else would be a good start. Good morning, everyone. We started packing yesterday evening, then I had a nervous breakdown, then we took a walk, and then we packed some more. That's kind of everything that we're gonna do today, I think. And I might have an open house to go to, but let's see. When I tell you I sometimes believe in signs, that doesn't mean that I see doubling numbers or butterflies everywhere I go, but rather that I consider them when they roll over me like a truck. I searched for a job basically for the last month, and I had a history of being kicked out at the 3rd interview stage. It's basically just our clothes, and it's getting chaotic for sure. While my family and friends saw it as an accomplishment to get that far in the process, especially when talking about big companies, I always saw it as being not good enough in the end. By the time our move happened, I was already rejected twice by one and the same company I really wanted to work in, and my self-esteem was rather low. That's why I still tried to do as many interviews as I could, even though I got the confirmation for a job that week. In the end, it's better to be safe than sorry, yes, but I was also simply scared that they would change their mind because I'm, again, not good enough. In the last weeks, I really understood what people feel when they talk about imposter syndrome. Many times I doubted whether it was a good idea to even dream of coming here, having my own apartment and a job, and felt like it was more than unrealistic that I would find either. And many times I sat down and thought, man, I don't even deserve coming here. I should not even allow myself to dream about it. I probably don't belong here, and I should rather stay where I am to not get disappointed. But obviously we don't do that in this house. It's one day before the move. This is how it currently looks like, at least in our room. I feel like there's so much that just happened yesterday and today. Yesterday I really spontaneously went, technically, to see an apartment, but in the end I got scammed, which is something I'm super ashamed of because I usually never have this kind of stuff happen to me. Or like I'm usually really on guard with that. And I also don't just sign anything. But I was alone in an office in the evening with a man, and I was really intimidated and I was stressed and I was a bit scared. So in the end I did, and luckily I didn't lose that much money, but I still lost some, and that's something I'm really sensitive with. And I'm obviously also seeing myself as stupid now. And that's just not a good feeling, and I don't know how to proceed from there. Like, there's not much I can do probably. I have to see if there's something I can do. I cannot just have to let it go probably. But I feel like that's just the hardest part because it's unfair and I just don't want to let go of it. I want to have it solved, but probably there's no way to solve it. Yeah, besides that, I had yet another interview today, and it was hopefully my last job interview because technically I do think I have a job by now, so it's cool, it's cool. But yeah, it's gonna be really hard finding an apartment here without any help because the living situation here is super hard and everyone is searching for apartments and people are making use of that. So yeah, I'll continue packing. So I went off, shoved my insecurities in the back of my brain and just tried my best. I applied for jobs, I applied for apartments, I figured out how much money I needed and how much I might lose for the trade-off of having a place secured. I guess sometimes, even when it feels as if the odds are against you, you might just want to try anyway. Yeah, and the odds continue to slap me across the face. Okay, so we are almost done. I'm definitely tired. I'm eating cold chicken nuggets. Gonna make some leftovers.
And make sure your minion demons keep their hands off them.
The job issue was solved now, and only then I realized the apartment issue would be a way harder task. I'm kinda glad that I actually did not get an invitation to an open house, because I kinda expect people to tear each other apart there, so that could be avoided. But still, I didn't get any answers back for probably a whole month, and even though I know that it takes time to find a place to live, especially in this kind of city, I just felt very discouraged at some point. What probably helped me the most was, as always, my family and my friends. My mom literally went off when searching for an apartment and took over many calls that I was too scared to do. Also, I was only able to make this decision to actually move my whole life 5 hours away from my hometown and my friends, because everyone I loved assured me that we would be able to keep our relationships up without a doubt. So I'm obviously here since yesterday, and I haven't packed out much yet because we first had to get everything up here again. I had 2 suitcases, one is already done. But I still have so many clothes that I have to do, and do some dishes and clean in general. And it's still a lot of work. I'm just happy that today is still a weekend. And to be honest, in the end, usually everything works out in some way anyway. Sometimes it just takes a little courage to dare to do new things. And that's what I'm gonna do now. Well, at least after I finished moving back home. And moving into my own place will be a story for itself. So the current issue is this basket is entirely full of shoes, and this is my shoe rack, and I'm wondering, how do I get this into here? This looks so messy. I have so many tiny things and I don't know where to put them, and it's super annoying. And I hate tiny things, and I in general hate cluttering, even though most of the things I have I actually need. Like, I barely accumulate stuff that I don't need or that does not bring joy. Maybe just collecting all books, but I mean, you cannot really throw books out also, right? I definitely have to do some more decluttering before I move the next time.